Today, I'm going to be going over how to save you time as you're developing websites by creating a way to be able to have certain static sections universal across different pages that you want to. So I'm using a WordPress website here. The framework that I build in is Visual Composer on a theme called Salient. It's one I've worked with for a long time and I really enjoy it. So you can see here, I'm on this particular landing page that looks really good. It's really well designed, looks super clean, a lot of really good things going on here. It has this element down here that has this footer section, or has this contact form section, and then essentially kind of this footer section here, which looks really good. And so what I can do is I can actually take this section of code, and if I don't want to use just the regular footer kind of sections and use the kind of the widgets that WordPress provides, this is a way that you could do it. You could do it with other content like practice area sections or just different sections of content, whatever it might be that you're going to be using across multiple pages. This is particularly advantageous because this is used on a lot of my different pages that I have across this website, and all the content is fairly universal. But the issue is, if I ever want to change this location served page, if I want to take this out of this little menu here, I literally have to go into every single page that uses this template, and I have to change them by hand. So if I go into the back end of WordPress, this is kind of what it looks like here in Salient. Here's this section of code, essentially, that makes up this, right? But yeah, if I want to change this, I'm going to have to come in here, hop in here, edit this text block, and change that link. And it's super frustrating and would be really time consuming to change something that's going to be changed across pretty much every page of the website. So super frustrating. So the good news is that there is a better way, and that better way is using a plugin called Insert Pages. You can literally just go to your plugins, go ahead, add new, and then come here and look for Insert Pages. It's great. Here's a little bit of documentation on the plugin that's been provided by WP Beginner. I think this is a really good resource on it, and honestly one of the most helpful ones as far as just being able to get this content kind of up and running. I'm going to show you how to do this. There's a number of ways to accomplish this. I'm going to show you how to do it using a shortcode. And here's kind of the base template that you can come and get, right? So you can come and grab this thing here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this line right here. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Now, what you can do is you create a new page, and that new page can be just that particular piece of content, right? So you can see here, here's that piece of content, and then here it is on kind of that page. It's the same. So that's great, right? Just make a new page and take this content and pop it in there, save it, and just remember what you name it there. So I have it named as footer section, which is good. It's also important to note that the ID for this particular page is found up here. That's going to be important in just a moment. So I'm going to edit this page. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to delete these sections entirely right there. So if I was to save it now, it would just not even have that footer section anymore, right? So that's not particularly helpful. So I'm going to go grab a typical text block here. And then, I mean, this can be done used in your editor, your WYSIWYG editor, just in general. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this in here. Now, I don't know exactly what page 128 is. So I'm going to come here to the footer, or this section of content that I want in here, and I'm going to grab this particular number here. This is giving me the post or the page ID for this particular page. So then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to hit this, right? Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to take out this section here just to show you what this does. So go ahead, save changes, and then update. And you can see this is what the page looks like right now. Let me refresh here in a minute once this stops loading to make sure it's going to show this content. This is what it looks right now. But when I refresh it, you can see here it actually brings in kind of this title here. So if you don't want this title, the way that you can do that, the way that you can make that happen is you literally come in here and you add back that little snippet that I showed you. You can add in the display content. Now this is important because depending on what you want to show, you can actually tell this page or this shortcode to display that. So this is kind of how I'm doing it. Insert page, go grab the ID, and then display the content. I don't particularly want the title in there, but if you wanted the title and the link and the content and whatever else, you can actually go through and you can do that. You just hit display equals title and then kind of all the content that's in there that you want there. So that's kind of how it is done. So now that I have that changed and I have it updated to just have the display equals content and not the title, I'm going to go ahead and hit save, update, and let me reload this page in just a minute, and I'll show you how awesome this is. So you can see now as I edit it, it is changed, right? There's no, that title, ugly title is not there anymore. Now, I really need to get rid of this particular link here. We decided kind of halfway through the process that we weren't going to use it. Pardon the piano and the children in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to edit that template. I'm going to come here, edit it in this particular page. We go ahead and take a look at the text here in particular. And I'm going to remove this section here entirely. There we go, like that. Hit save changes. That looks pretty good from here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit update on this particular section. Once again, this is the footer section is what I've named it. Here's the ID to go grab that when you need it. And now, as I come back here and reload this page, you can see that it's now gone. So that is kind of how it's done. And this is gonna save you a lot of time as you're working with these common elements that you're gonna use throughout the website. So I hope this is helpful. Have a great day.